Hey guys, Dave from dadsRfunny here, coming to you from the eximiusgaming.com FeedZeeBeast server. And I've got a few surprises in store for you today. We are going to showcase our Oreberry processing facility. I've got the aluminum Oreberry bush I found in the last episode, along with a spare Oreberry. And also in the last episode, if you'll remember, we had a mystery issue. We couldn't spawn any mobs on the server. And we have a solution for that as well, which of course you won't see right now because it's daytime. But let's head down from the center of the map, as you can see here, the center of the island, really. And we're going to head downstairs and check out the Oreberry farm. And this is pretty impressive. And also we're going to introduce, PokeCam!
Hi.
Hey, PokeCam. Now, PokeCam has been instrumental in setting up this server. How long have we been working on this? It seems like forever.
Like a month and a half, maybe?
I don't know. I think longer than that, but it seems like forever. But we have this awesome farm down here, and we are pumping out Oreberries like crazy. So I thought, I don't know, do you want to explain exactly how this works, PokeCam? And before you do, what are your areas of expertise? We've been talking about FeedZeeBeast and everybody's take on how they want to play it. What do you like best?
I kind of like the tech mods, like thermal expansion, buildcraft, stuff like that.
Yeah, me too, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, so how does this exactly work? Because you and I spent a lot of time screwing around with this thing and getting it to work.
Yeah. Okay, so there's Oreberries behind all this cobblestone growing, and then the autonomous activators are constantly trying to harvest them. And then once that's done, they'll output to the back, travel along these pipes, and end up in the main chest where they're sorted, crafted into ingots, and then pumped somewhere else.
Whoa, hold on, I'm stuck. Just a second. Now, the way you pronounce ingots, you must be from some foreign country like Canada. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now you don't say Iron, do you? Because I know we had another fellow on that was from Scotland, I think.
Yeah.
Ron, as a matter of fact, not Ron Smalek, the other Ron. But anyway, long story. Hey, so guys, let's take a quick look at one of these little spots that we have here, because in fact, each one of these is sort of like a cell, and we actually put picture frames up so that you could see. Do you have a autonomous activator handy that we can use in one of those chests?
I don't think there's one in the chest.
Oh, here's one that's not in use, I think. Or did I I may have filled them all up. Dang it. So we don't have one handy?
I don't think so.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll get rid of, we don't need this XP, so let's just drop this like a hot potato here. Okay, so, all right. So this is an XP bush, but we're going to get rid of it, and I'm going to basically show you. So we have this aluminum Oreberry bush, and it's not full size yet. But you can see this little autonomous activator just grabbing away. So, like you said, Poke, and to avoid confusion, I'm going to try to call you Cam, because we have Pokemon123, who's an admin on our fan server, and of course we have Camber, who's my kid, and then we have PokeCam. So I'm just going to call you Cam for short, and hopefully that will keep people from being confused. Now we've dropped the bush here. I'm going to put the Oreberry on the frame, but let me get the cobblestone.
Right. Do you need a frame too?
Nah, I actually pulled one off. We have spare frames on all these, so there we go.
Yep.
Got it. And now we have the aluminum Oreberry going, and so this will grow. A lot of the bushes, except for, I think, is it the experience bushes don't need to be in the dark, but the rest do? Something like that.
I think they can all grow in the light. It's just they're a lot slower.
Okay, so that's why we have these things packed underneath cobblestone. So now this piece is activated, and the pump is here, and the switch is on. So eventually you'll see stuff flowing through here. Now, Cam, what happens after everybody gets sucked into the pipes? It looks like I see stuff flowing here, and it seems to be going through the ceiling as we have put it in here. Okay, and what do we have going on in here?
So they go into this chest just in case of overflow, and then
Yeah, I just saw one go in and I saw one go out. So now
Yeah,
we get to, I guess, the processing part.
yeah, that's up through the ladder.
Aha. And if I remember correctly, this is a bat-sized occupants only. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my Mighty Morphin mod here. I love Morph. I hated it to start with, but now I love it. So Cause is gonna hate me. He thinks it's OP. I do wish it had a timeout or something, or like fuel.
Yeah.
But I mean, you do have weaknesses in addition to strengths. Okay, now I'm gonna hover above here. Tell us what is going on here. Now, why do Oreberries even need all this contraption? What's exactly happening?
Okay, well, to avoid some extra work for us, to craft the ore berries into ingots, we have that all automatic here. So they pass into this pipe, the diamond pipe from Buildcraft, and then they sort into their appropriate crafting table and feed into one central chest.
Right, now, if I remember correctly, the diamond transport pipe is a replacement for what they used to call the logistics pipe. We've seen that in if people watch our Tech It Out episodes. Oh, and here comes a berry. Let's watch it. So basically, if you right-click, we've got filters on here that tell us where to send what. And in this case, this is an XP experience berry, and it does not require further processing, so it goes straight up through the floor. And if I remember correctly, is it going? Is it moving?
Yeah, it's gone.
I think, oh, it must have gone before. Oh, my keyboard. Hold on. My keyboard's going nuts. Okay, awesome. All right. So the goal today, if we could do this, is, oh, and there goes another berry. The goal today is to rebuild this so it doesn't require someone the size of a mouse to get in here. Okay, so we got the other berry. I saw it flow through here, and this is an auto workbench. So tell us how the auto workbench works.
Okay, so it'll just take items in from any side, and then it'll evenly distribute them among the crafting recipe you've preset, and then it'll craft items.
Aha, so we're doing 10 ingots right here.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And so basically the XPs shoot straight through the system, and the rest of them go through a crafting process, but I see one of them in particular, and it may be due to the fact I think that it's not a Tinker's Construct, or it is a Tinker's Construct berry. Requires an extra process, so let us know a little bit more about that. What is that exactly?
Aluminum, for some reason, just needs to be nuggets. You can't craft them straight from berries, so we just have it smelt before it crafts.
And I think that may be due to the fact that, basically, unlike the other berries, this one I think comes from a different mod. In particular, I believe it may be Tinker's Construct. Yeah, and so it may be that just the auto-crafting workbench thing doesn't know how to deal with it. Now, I see a stray pipe here that may have come from previous things, so I'm just going to nail this thing. Hold on. There we go. Don't need that. Okay, so now the question arises, well, where did this power come from? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let PokeCam rebuild this whole room so you could start tearing it down, but
okay.
I'm going to show folks where this energy cell gets its power. And as a matter of fact, are we using, since you're rebuilding, I'm going to go ahead and tear a hole right here.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if we ever switched back the, aha! Okay, so yes, there it is. All right, what we have, guys, is while Cam is working, I'm just going to show you. We have a steam source that's coming through into this steam turbine and charging this leadstone energy cell, which you could see is fully charged, and we're not using a whole lot of energy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head out of the little bat door, and we're going to go fly over out into the open. It's nighttime, so I'm glad I'm a bat. We're going to fly over here, and sure enough, this is where that fluid duct comes from. It comes from over in this direction, and the fluid duct contains steam that's generated by this water boiler from factorization using these mirrors, which require silver, and unfortunately, that seems to be something we don't have a whole lot of, so we're kind of careful how we use these. But if you watch carefully, you could see, and I'm going to get my multimeter, which is another thermal expansion goodie, and you can actually measure that we're getting, it looks like 13,500 millibuckets. So we're getting some steam through there. Now it's nighttime, so I don't know if this thing works under nighttime conditions, or maybe maybe my multimeter's screwy. But anyway,
I don't think it works at night.
Yeah, we definitely have that crafting table uses so little energy. I think the energy cell just builds up over time. Now, there's some other stuff that we want to show you guys, but for today, I think we're going to concentrate mostly on the Oreberry processing facility, and also talk a little bit about the issue that we had with the mobs. As you know, PokeCam, we've been trying to figure out what the heck is going on with these mobs, and at first we thought it was the Magnum torch in the center of town. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about how we solved that problem?
Well, thank the internet.
Yes.
People were also noticing the same issue, and there's apparently a bug with Ars Magica where invisible hecates keep spawning, and that just caps out your entity cap.
Right, so basically, it appears that no mobs are spawning because all the slots are taken up by the little hecates.
Yeah.
And so what we did is I actually went into the server, and I can put this in the video description. We actually changed the OpenBlocks config file to deny hecate spawning. And that basically solved the problem. Now I'm going to go back into bat mode. Or did you grab everything out of there?
Yeah, everything's on.
Okay, I'm going to go in bat mode and just see what's left, because we will have to reroute the power. And speaking of power, guys, one of the things I want to do before we... Oh, nice. This place is totally empty. One of the things I want to do before we get too far into the show is make a darn nuclear power plant. We have, thanks to this Oreberry processor, we have, and I'm going to show you the tail end of this. If you'll remember, there was a pipe that comes up here, and it gets rerouted this way. So I'm going to show that to you guys. There's the output from the chest. And basically, we have tons of ingots that are crafted for us, and they pipe out through here, and they go up and out, and then there's a right angle, which we marked with glass just so we can kind of get a feel for where things are going, and they actually go into this chest. All right, so the chest is not very full, and you may say, well, gee, Dave, that's a lot of work for nothing, but guess what? We've got this chest, we've got this chest, we've got this chest, and the last piece of this I want to show you guys is the chunk loader. And we thought we were having chunk loader issues as well, but I don't know, Cam. I think the chunk loader was really
just the hecates.
Yeah, just the hecates. So I'm going to show the lasers on this thing so you guys can see exactly what's going on. Let me get back out of bat mode. There we go. All right. And you can see that the lasers indicate what chunks are active. So we're loading these chunks all the time. At times we tend to turn them off just because we don't need them at this point. We've built so much. But you can see we can expand all the way out to here using a 3-chunk Z-oriented cuboid. And it goes all the way back out here. And so I just really love this Oreberry farm because it means, constant, automatic, creation of materials for larger things like making a nuclear power plant, building copper, building iron, aluminum constructs, things that we need. All right, so basically you're putting the diamond transport pipe here, and then you're just going to rebuild this on the ground level.
Yeah. Okay,
cool. And then we're still seeing materials getting processed out through here. What are some things we saw your base in the distance? I got to turn those lasers off. We saw your base in the distance. What are some things that you are working on, which maybe we could showcase in a future episode at your base?
I have so much stuff going on there. Right now, though, I'm trying to figure out a new elevator system because the OpenBlocks elevator's range was changed, and so I can't, it didn't work.
That's right, guys. We're using version 23 of basically 1.0.23, and that is the latest version as we are filming this now, currently, of the Direwolf 20 mod pack for FeedZeeBeast. We have hats and hat stands disabled because most of us don't particularly care for them. They're client-side mods anyway. I think they're kind of silly. You're out there fighting some creature to the death, and he's wearing a Dr. Seuss hat. I'm just not sure how that just is wrong. But anyway, at least in my case, I don't see any hats. I don't know. God, who knows what I'm wearing? Are you using that mod, Cam? Or
no? I disabled it.
Yeah, and again, it's client side, so really it's optional. Now, guys, I also want to stress one other thing that the whole idea behind this show is to have folks basically submit videos of work that they've done and then potentially be whitelisted on the server. That's kind of the short story. We've already had Gambo, Freddy, Starum as well join the show, in addition to some longtime fans and supporters of the show like PokeCam and others that are going to be participating. And you know what? Let me kill these signs. I used to have a count of how many berries were operational, but that's long out of date. And then I'll just go. We need to make some more autonomous activators.
Yeah.
But you're going to see more action, I think, with thermal expansion, with nuclear power as well. But also, we have some other things like factorization that we've been using, and different power supplies. And now, as you guys know, I don't know if you saw this, Cam, but they're going to try for 1.7 to unify power sources, which I think is a great.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, great benefit. And I think is it Redstone Flux?
It's compatible with most stuff. Yeah.
RF, right, is the energy source that's sort of the winner in that contest. So, but I think it's mostly compatible with everything else. Now, are there any mods you don't like, Cam? Because like I said, you're pretty familiar with a lot of the stuff that makes up the content of this pack.
I like most of the mods in here. There's a couple things that I have no clue what they're for, but that's
like which ones?
Certain things in Railcraft.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do with.
Yeah, I haven't really messed with Railcraft much either. And then I guess I don't know. I don't really do much with the magic mods, just because I always think of Minecraft as more of a technical thing, like big factory things like this. Mm-hmm. But I know you guys, most everyone that's on the server loves Ars Magica and loves Thaumcraft. And I also saw Witchery. Was that already in there? And then I just didn't know it?
I think they just added it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. One thing I'm going to do while you're working on that as well, Cam, is I'm going to go build a lumber axe for poor old Ben. He's got a bunch of trees he needs to chop down. And that's Tinker's Construct material there. This is one of the builds that I made, guys. Whoa, there it is. I've got some iron going. It's a multi-block smeltery from Tinker's Construct, and we're just going to put some more iron in here. There we go. And now, how are you doing on that remodel?
Getting along.
Getting along? Good, good. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and start cranking away on the parts for these lumber axe. The lumber axe, guys, if you don't know, is basically a way to it's a way to have a more powerful axe without just giving it away for free. Instead of like Treecapitator, where every axe can chop down any tree with just one strike. In this case, you have to put a lot more effort because you have to spend a lot more ingots worth of material. And instead of building a regular axe, you build this upgraded axe, if you will, the lumber axe. And by virtue of doing that, you get the Treecapitator or chop tree type of effect. But when it wears out, then you got to spend a whole bunch more time, making another one. So have you done much with Tinker's Construct?
Yeah, I have my smeltering stuff. I made a lumber axe and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah. So basically, at that point, you're talking Tool Forge.